Hey guys, it's Eric and Karina.
And HR.
And New Year boy Eric. Happy New Year boy Eric.
And welcome back to the Late Podcast. The law according to Eric. Well, last one of the year. Well,
It is.
I guess this will release on the first day of the year.
Well, that's true, but we're recording this on New Year's Eve day.
Yes.
To show our commitment to our audience. Plus, for those of you trying to travel or have long drives tomorrow, we'll give you a little something to listen to
Exactly.
in the car
Exactly.
on the way. We're still hoping to get another episode out, although I don't know that we'll be able to get another one this week for the new year, because a lot of things are closed, but we're going to try.
Yes. So today, it was just a really impromptu recording. So I pulled out just some funny "Am I the Asshole" stories, and they have no theme here.
Okay.
No theme. All right. So the first one is titled "Am I the Asshole for Picking Off the Nuts on an Ice Cream Cone?"
You know what? Absolutely not.
She said, yesterday, my 20 female boyfriend, 19 male, bought us both ice cream.
I'm sorry. It fucking kills me. We moved offices. We're away from the loud busyness of Wilshire Boulevard. We're in a nicer building, in a nicer suite. But the fucking sirens, we just, I know, but we're we're not on big Wilshire Boulevard anymore, Fuck.
Yeah. That is true.
Unreal. All right, well.
Move to the boonies
where no clients want to come. Oh, that might not be a bad idea for some,
Exactly.
Keep them all by Zoom only.
Right.
Zoom only, yeah.
All right. Yesterday, my 20 female boyfriend, 19 male, bought us both ice cream. When we got it, the server asked if I wanted a special type of cone, and I said yes, picking out what looked to me to be bits of cookie that was stuck to the chocolate on the cone. My boyfriend got the same one as well, and it cost an extra $6 on top of the $18 that it was for the ice cream.
Hold on.
Did you say $18? $6 on top of $18?
Yeah, so I guess each cone was $9, and then for the other cone, it was an extra $6.
Okay, I understand. I thought it was 18 each.
No. I think
okay.
Right.
for both,
Okay.
it was
Okay.
18 plus.
Because I was gonna say too, damn. I hope that ice cream came with a blowjob or something. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
She said he paid for it as his treat, even though I think he didn't expect it to be so expensive. When I started to eat it, I realized there were bits of peanuts and not cookie dough or cookies. I'm not allergic, but I don't really like nuts that much, and especially not on sweet ice cream when the flavors don't match up. I get her. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah,
so.
I get you.
I started to try and pick off the nuts, but most of them were stuck on pretty hard. So eventually I ripped off the entire chocolate part of the cone and threw it in the bin. I didn't notice my boyfriend at first, but about 30 seconds later, he stormed off and I could see that he was crying. Something I hadn't seen him do before.
Wow.
I chased after him and asked him what was wrong, and he yelled at me for being ungrateful and for making him literally throw away his money for no reason. This made me very upset as well, and I started crying too. He calmed down and comforted me after this, but never properly apologized. But for some additional context, earlier that day we went to my favorite fast food place and I picked out something that I hadn't tried before rather than my regular. He paid for it, but I didn't end up eating that either because I didn't really like it, so I let him have it. I felt hungry after and I told him I wanted ice cream, which is how we ended there. Since I got home that day, he hasn't messaged me back at all and I'm starting to get worried. Am I the asshole here?
Not an asshole, but there's clearly a pattern here.
Okay, I will be the first to admit I never finish my food ever, but I've been like that from as a child. I never finish any of my food, so I feel bad when I don't because I don't want people to feel like they spent money on me. But at the end of the day, she still ate the ice cream. She just took the little chocolate parts off because she didn't like nuts. She didn't realize they were nuts.
Yeah, she made a legitimate mistake because she didn't realize what it was.
I don't know if she's the asshole. I don't know. Kind of, a little. Not like a full 5 dingleberry asshole. Maybe like a 1. I don't think it was intentional for her to being an asshole.
No, it definitely wasn't intentional.
So,
there's no conspiracy to be an asshole and throw away food. She just made a mistake.
Exactly.
I'm gonna solve this problem for you.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
She's a 4.5 dingleberry asshole. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Number one, first of all, just a bit of unsolicited advice, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Honey, the issue in your relationship is not this. It's the fact that you don't like nuts.
Oh, my God.
That's number one. If you want any kind of long-term successful relationship, you need to learn how to love these nuts, okay? That's number one. Number two, the issue is not the ice cream cone. clearly your boyfriend is broke.
Yeah. That
Okay,
too.
and you
That's
probably
what I
fucking
figured
know
too.
that. No, I'm saying, and you probably fucking know that.
Yeah.
So
It's
when you
probably
go to fucking Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
and you're like, no, I don't want the 2 for $5. Let me get this special combos that are all like $30
Okay, but
now,
Carl's
whatever.
Jr. has always been more expensive.
Whatever.
Than any other
I'm just
fast
saying,
food place.
whatever her fast food choice is. My point is, he probably expected to spend a certain amount,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that expectation went sideways quickly. Then what he probably did was spend his last fucking 10 or 20 bucks
Mhm.
on this ice cream.
24.
Right. I'm saying that might have been like literally like part of his gas money.
Yeah.
Look,
And then she threw that shit away.
right.
Yeah.
At their age,
Yeah.
and I'm being serious now. Like,
Oh,
hold
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Let me get real for a second.
Okay.
Okay. I remember when I was in my 20s,
Mhm.
like 19, 18, 19, I had a girlfriend at the time, that crazy one that
Oh,
I engaged to for a bit.
Mhm.
But I also went through that. I didn't have like a real
Right.
job. I had like little bullshit part-time jobs. I didn't make a lot of money.
Right.
My parents were not like pumping me with cash at that point. They
Mhm.
were already pretty disappointed in a lot of my life choices. So, well, my point is, yeah, that was a big difference. It would be like,
Mhm.
yo, do you want to just like go out to grab a quick bite, come back and fuck?
Mhm.
Or do you want to go to like the arcade? Like, I mean, there's like
Right,
very
yeah.
limited things that we could do.
Mhm.
No, and I'm being serious. Like sometimes I remember like my whole budget for the night was $20.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, this was 1993. So it's a little different in 92,
Mhm.
93, whatever. So it was a different economic
Yeah.
scale, but everything is relative.
Even me at 18, I had $20 in a plan, and that was it.
Oh, I'm
And that was-
saying.
Yeah.
But my
that was it.
so I want to rephrase this post. Yo, Reddit world, I didn't pitch in a fucking dime for any of it. Am I the asshole for basically throwing away the last few bucks he had and not even eating it and not enjoying it? And then I cry on him, making him feel guilty. And now I'm waiting for him to apologize. Are you out of your fucking mind? This is the most girl logic I've ever heard in my life.
If the guy was crying over that, he must be. I mean, money must be really tight.
You think that, or he's just really sensitive?
Well,
but
we're going to get to Feldman scale in a minute, and he definitely lands on the Feldman scale for that reaction. Okay?
So now that I think about it
Uh-huh.
more,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I remember a time
Mhm.
when my daughter was younger. She had
Okay.
this friend, and the friend was this skinny little bitch that my ex and I both did not like.
Okay.
And she would, if we would take them out to eat,
Mhm.
she would order a ton of stuff. She would not take it home, and she would not eat it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I think it's the whole, like, yeah, you're being respectful with your money, but not his money. You know, like you're
Yeah.
treating his money like it's disposable.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're not showing it the
Mhm.
same respect as if you were buying it. And she must know that he doesn't have a lot.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a bigger issue than just what it looks like on the surface.
And it's like you made him so upset he cried. So like.
Well, I don't
like
think
she
he.
said-
I don't think he cried over her basically pulling the chocolate off
right.
the cone.
But this might be like a normal thing that she does, that she won't eat his food too.
Well, that's well. No, I can't. I don't think that, because she said we went to my favorite fast food place.
That's
I just
true.
ordered something differently. Seems like he does kind of go out of her way to try to do these things for her.
Mhm.
And so from a guy's perspective, I get that, because you want to be, chivalrous, and
Right.
you want to be a good boyfriend, and let me take you out, and come on, babe, we don't need $1 million.
Mhm.
We can get some ice cream and just be happy. And maybe in his mind, he sort of said it like that.
Yeah.
And then fucking, Griselda, whatever the fucking, witch, breaks the cone apart, pulls
Mhm.
shit off of it, dumps it in the trash, and then like, oh, thanks. Fuck you.
I know.
And again,
I know.
look, it's hard for me to feel like $20 would put me in that state.
But
I'm not
19
anymore.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That this
Mhm.
guy clearly, that's number one. Number two, it probably meant more to him that he's doing the thing she wants and kind of saying, oh, babe, anything you want.
Mhm.
There is something really annoying about that. Like, look, sweetheart, get anything you want. No problem. My treat. I love you. Okay, I'll have this, this, and this. And then it's like, oh, I don't really
I
want it.
didn't
Like,
like
how
it.
about fucking pick
Yeah,
what you actually like?
Exactly.
Like, get
Yes.
what you want.
Mhm.
Now, and by the way, I don't doubt for a second that her added line of, I gave it to him and I was still hungry, she's justifying what she did.
Mhm.
I ordered the bigger cone with the extra shit on it because you don't
No,
order.
what she gave to him was the
I know.
burger she didn't like.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then she went on to say, I was hungry, so it's like, get me some ice cream.
Yeah.
I ordered this extra. Okay,
Yeah,
she
and she
didn't
threw it
order,
away.
right, but she didn't order the big waffle cone with this chocolate and the peanuts because she was, quote, hungry.
No.
She ordered it because it looked bomb and she thought it was cookie bits. And then when she realized it wasn't, the bitch wasn't that hungry anymore.
My thing is, who has seen a cone with cookie bits sticking out of it? It's always, you always assume it's peanuts on it. Always.
That's a good point too, but
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie, my first instinct about this particular post was that it was some kind of weird like pecan or something,
Right.
and like a lot. So I would do that. Like I would pick that off because but I like peanuts and ice cream. Like I don't mind like salted peanut, whatever. But I don't want almonds or pecans or whatever.
But if you're with someone and you know they're broke, and can't really afford to do this in the first place, you probably shouldn't get the extra add-on.
Yes,
thing.
that is a point. You get a little cup, make it a nice moment, or be like, "Yo, Billy, what if we get this cone? We'll share it. That's a big one. We'll get a spoon, right, and we'll share it, and that might have even been more romantic." So they're both immature, without a doubt. His reaction, yes,
crying is a bit much.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 3.5 on the Feldman scale, right?
She gets a 0 for then crying and throwing it back in his face. So.
Yeah, and then making it, well, yes, but I'm also giving her a bonus for like basically reverse engineering the psychology of it and making him feel bad now.
Yeah,
right.
That's
okay, that's gangster.
Yeah,
right. As far as I'm concerned, but definitely on the Feldman scale, I don't want to go too much lower because he was clearly emotional and he definitely was distraught. I also don't know if there were other things going on in his life, and this was just sort of the straw that broke the camel's back. You don't know. But sitting and crying because your girlfriend threw away part of an ice cream cone and then, no. Buddy, you need to fucking, grow up here. You got, at the very, look, guy code is don't let him see you cry. Unless, this is the guy code now, not me, but it's the guy code. Unless you think it's going to get you something later. Be like, yo, I didn't know, like, yo, Billy, I didn't know you were so sensitive. I love you. I love you too. Okay, now bend over. Right? It's like, okay, it's like that. I'm just saying. If it's
Do you want to hear this comment someone did?
Yes.
Someone said, you know what? You're right. He was so out of line. A jobless 19-year-old crying because he spent what little he had on a spoiled child. It's really his mistake. I mean, how bad must his picker be if he remained with you after what I assume a continuing expectation you have of your partners, whereby they provide, you take it with no gratitude. What you should do is end things with him, just so he knows you're a boss bitch who can throw anyone's money in the trash. And if they question you, well, how shameful of them for not providing you for their woman. Don't worry, when your dream sugar daddy finally pulls up to your window, you'll have all the free meals and treats you deserve. Then he'll go to his real life and you can hold your prepaid services to the next one. You do you. And if it wasn't clear, yes, you're definitely the fucking asshole.
Whoa, that would
She got tore. Yeah, everyone is like, really? Yes, the asshole. Yes, the asshole. If she got tore.
I really had to think. I had to think about like, was she really? Because it doesn't seem that bad on the surface.
The most appalling thing to me is, for whatever reason, I'm clearly in line with Reddit.
Yeah, like you're in line. She got shredded. This was 2 months. This was posted 2 months ago. She even locked it. People can't even comment anymore.
Yeah,
like
people got triggered by that, huh?
A bitch should take it down, and hopefully she learns from it.
Exactly.
I don't know if they're still together or whatever.
She didn't. She hasn't.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, look, I mean, we beat a dead horse on this one, but I mean, it's funny in some ways what triggers people.
Yeah.
It's also a really good insight into how other people's minds work because, look, we all treat situations differently.
Yeah.
And we all have different levels of how it affects us. So I it's interesting. I had an old friend long time ago. I won't give his name, but he was a highly educated guy. He worked as like an engineer for an aerospace company, and he got laid off.
Okay.
Right, there was during some kind of big, it's like the early 90s, whatever, some kind of economic downturn, whatever. He got laid off. The guy literally, and I'm not saying this like to be a jerk. I'm actually proud. It's like, he had about 5 years worth of living expenses saved up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He was an older guy. He lived very modestly in like a little 1-bedroom. He didn't have a ton of friends. Okay. To him, this was a very distraught, upsetting situation. Yeah. Notwithstanding the fact that he's got 5 years saved up, he's got 2 degrees, experience. He probably wouldn't have a hard time finding it. For him, this was like, life ending. To me and my roommate at the time, we were a little bit younger and we hadn't finished our school, and of course it took me a lot longer to finish, but we were like, the fuck is this guy worried about? Like we don't know how we're going to pay rent. Right. Like my roommate worked as a fucking waiter and I worked at some bullshit collection agency, like calling people on the phone, like trying to get commission. Right. It's,
Exactly.
But that's my point. So he clearly took this, I think, a lot harder than she meant it to be. She also reacted, right? So her seeing him get all upset triggered her to get all upset. But maybe that was out of some degree of guilt. Now, I don't know. But it's an interesting insight. I know we just sort of like went way off topic, but it's an interesting insight into kind of how people's minds work and what may be something very minimal to you and me, for whatever reason, affects. Right. Yes. And what is really important, and I'm learning this even now in my 50s, I'm learning that we really have to learn how to be empathetic to those that are feeling what they're feeling, because those feelings and reactions are absolutely real to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
No matter how little we think of a deal it is.
There's no sense to it.
So, right. But... So to quote Mr. Rogers, do you know who Mr. Rogers is?
I do.
Okay. Be kind to each other. Oh no, that was Richard Dawson from Family Feud. He said at the end. Sorry. Oops.
What? Mr. Rogers and Richard Dawson.
But that's what he used to say at the end, like something like, be kind and love each other, or some shit like that.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to be all fucking New Year's-y and spirity, okay? Just fucking be nice.
Exactly. Just be nice to each other.
God damn.
Exactly. All right, next one.
Okay.
Title of this is: My fiance, 27 male, asked me, 26 female, to sell my investments for his pilot training. Am I being unfair for refusing? Is this a stupid decision? My fiance, 27 male, and I, 26 female, are getting married next year. We have been together for 4 years and have a joint account. Both of us are working full-time right now, but he is trying to get into flight school to become a pilot, which would cost him $94,000. We discussed how we could finance it. We have financial help from our parents with our wedding, fortunately, and we realized if we used our current savings and try to save every penny for like 10 more months, we would not need a very huge loan, just a reasonable amount with maybe $2,000 in interest rates. If we save longer and try to side hustle, plus if I get a raise, maybe we wouldn't even need a loan at all. Right after that, he told me he knows how we could finance it without a loan and without living scarcely for the next month. I sell all my investments. I currently have $40,000 in investments, which I started years before I even met him, and stopped investing after I met him. These were savings from summer jobs, internships, money presents from relatives, which have grown very well due to investing. I have never planned on touching this money unless it was for an emergency or for a down payment for a flat or a house, so I refused. I told him I would only maybe sell $10,000 of this, but I do not see the point since we could afford it by working and saving too. But I do not know if that is wrong for me, since we are getting married soon, but I just feel wrong and I take great reassurance in having these investments ready for emergencies or for potential house investments. And what happens if I lose my job during his pilot training? Then the $40,000 investment would just act as a safety net. I don't need to hear her backstory. But what's your opinion? Am I being unfair to him? Is it a stupid financial decision, or it is already generous of me to pay for his education for my salary and our savings so far?
No, she's the one who's being smart financially.
Yeah.
Like, you never give up your nest egg.
I don't think she should give up this investment either. I don't think so. Yeah, I wouldn't do it either.
I think this episode should be like wasting other people's money or something like that.
Actually, we might have had a theme.
The theme just popped up.
You disagree with this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't disagree.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's much more of a straightforward sort of business analysis.
Right.
And there are a few questions that are unanswered.
Right.
So, does he intend to replace that after he's a certified pilot and finds employment? Because pilots make very good money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They do. Mm-hmm. Commercial, private, FedEx pilots, whatever, they all make really good money.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a while.
I know. Yeah. That's why I'm saying this is the intention. And will he pay her back and include what she's been historically earning on that money?
Right.
So let's say she averages 7 to 8% year over year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would he be willing to replace it with an 8% kick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If not, then no, she's not the asshole. Now, there's a couple of other obvious variables. They're not married yet. They're engaged.
Right.
It would be different if they were married, but you never know. Engagements end, things happen. I don't know if you get your money back, if he says, now fuck off.
Right.
There's a lot of other inherent risk. But that's the first thing you ask yourself is financially what makes the most sense.
Right.
It's not about loyalty or anything else. And even though, and we've all been guilty of this, where we ask somebody that we're very close to for something like, look, I got to say no for whatever, and you take it so personally.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you think about it, unless it was meant personally, right? A lot of times there's probably decent logic that's behind it, and you just haven't, you're too hurt to stop and think it through.
Exactly.
So that's the first thing I would kind of consider. The second thing is, if the amount of interest that they would pay on a loan is nominal and it's less than what she would earn, right? Because in other words, if she earns 7 to 8% a year on her investments, and
Right.
he'd have to repay the money on top of 7%, it's much smarter to borrow at 3%.
Yeah, it
or
is.
whatever,
Exactly.
right?
You have to look at the numbers. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
And that's it, right? And then worst case, God forbid he gets injured or something happens that could be there to help cure a default
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, right? So I don't think that she is the asshole.
Exactly.
I do think he is a little bit for asking,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's more he becomes a bigger asshole based on his reaction,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
This should
exactly.
have been like, yo, Lucinda, I
Do
have
the
an
thing.
idea, right?
It's
What
like,
do you
no,
think?
I know how to get it.
Right.
We have a plan now.
Right. And he and
Mhm.
I say this with a little bit of like an internal grin.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, he needs to just let her run the household going forward.
Wow, that took a lot from you, huh, to say that.
I have no doubt. Look, I understand the idea
Mhm.
of I don't want to take on debt. I don't want to take a loan. We have
Right.
the money.
Right.
But we don't have the money. She does.
Mm-hmm.
She's been working it and earning it. And she's been essentially being extremely vigilant.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, and I bet you anything, she's also very modest.
Yeah. It
Right.
sounds like it. Yeah.
And the fact that she's considering utilizing her summer work savings and her gifts and all that
Yeah,
stuff
put
for
it all
even a
into
down payment for them
investments.
down the
Yeah.
road or whatever,
Exactly.
that
She's
tells
thinking
you
ahead.
100%.
Yep. Mhm.
That tells you all you need to know.
Mhm.
So Billy, this girl's a keeper.
Mhm.
Okay. You fucked up, but it's not terrible.
Mhm.
Okay. It's closer to, I would say, maybe I'm going to give him a 1 on the
Yeah.
Dingleberry.
Mhm.
I'm going to give him a 5 on the Feldman scale.
Mhm.
Only-
Yeah, I agree.
Again, it would have been much more shameless if he'd been like, "No, we're using your money, bitch." He was kind of like, "Look, I have," he put a little thought behind it.
It's really fucked up that he made her feel bad.
Yes,
Yeah.
that part was definitely shameless.
Yeah.
So I've been reading the comments, and it seems like she did talk to him, and she said to him, like, I don't want it. Like, I'm not going to sell my investments. Like, it's not going to happen. And from what I'm getting, I think it sounded like he said he has his own flat, and he'd put her name on that flat. But she kind of was like, why don't you sell the flat then? When we can use the other flat, we have a place together or whatever. And he doesn't want to do that because his sister's also living in there. So it kind of feels like it's
so he's not willing to use his.
Yeah, he's just all kinds of selfish.
Yeah, so that's what it seems like. So yeah.
So all right, so I'm gonna change my analysis a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna stick with the ratings, the
Yeah,
rankings,
I
but
think so too. Yeah.
but Lucinda should take a deeper look now at what Billy's all about, right? Because if he had other means,
Yeah.
look, I understand you don't want to put your sister out,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But by the way, if the second flat that the sister lives in has equity, why wouldn't he borrow against that equity at the
That
same
too.
2.5 or 3%?
Exactly.
So the idea is basically, I don't want to do anything that changes or makes anything uncomfortable for me, right?
But you can.
Right? You can handle this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of gets a little bit shittier. Maybe there's more to it, but yeah,
Mhm.
but he is the asshole. Again, not huge.
But he is.
Like, I'll tell you where it would have been worse if he had basically just taken the money,
Yeah.
like out of like their joint account, and be like,
And
"Oh, I
like,
thought
fuck
you,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I figured it would be okay."
Yeah.
Like, no,
I told you about it.
Right? Yeah,
Exactly.
no. That's like shit Matthew would do. Like, oh, didn't I tell you? Like, no, Matthew, you didn't tell me you were Ubering to fucking San Diego or whatever. Like, So.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. So
All right.
next one then.
Yes.
So I found this of Reddit that's titled "Traumatized Him Back." Right. So I thought this was funny. This one's called "I Just Witnessed the Massacre." They were in this, not real one, but it says supermarket aisle earlier this evening. A 20-something-year-old man carrying a baby in a sling is trying to shop in peace, only to be accosted by an older woman, making eye contact with him, then me, and she loudly proclaimed, "I love to see a man doing the babysitting. Are you giving his mom a break?" He looked this woman in the eyes and replied, "I am her mom. I just haven't had a chance to look after myself much with a newborn." Clearly dying inside, the woman splutters, bows back apologizing, and disappears around the corner. Then he casually turns to me and says, "I'm her dad, really. I just don't like it when they call it babysitting." It was legendary. Perhaps the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I laughed so hard, especially when I rounded the corner and realized the lady had heard him, dumped her cart, and ran out the shop. Dads of Reddit, next time someone calls taking care of your child babysitting, follow this example. They'll never do it again. Just thought it was funny.
It's kind of funny.
And it's true. I feel like people will see the dads taking care of the baby and they're like, "Oh, like you're babysitting. Why is it not babysitting when the mom does it?" I feel like we should give the dads that actually take care of their kids praise too for being a dad. So.
Yeah, no,
it's not what this post is about, but I appreciate that.
It is.
You know,
he said, "I don't like." I'm her dad.
I know, but in other words, I'm saying we're not like trying to like
Yeah.
you know like yes.
There's a well-known double standard with dads and moms. It's like, moms, this is expected of you.
Yeah.
Dads do anything. It's like, oh my God, he's so amazing. He got cupcakes for the class, or he's carrying the baby.
Exactly. Oh my
This
God.
this unfortunately this is truthfully, this is decades and decades, potentially even centuries of culture.
Yeah.
Right, where men were the workers and the breadwinners, women were expected to nurture and rear children and raise families. And those gender roles were assigned so long ago. And while I do think things are better now and different and a bit more equal as far as that goes, I think it's hard to kind of shake it.
Yeah.
It could be that the next few generations, it's much less like stigmatized one way or another. But yeah, you're right. Kudos. I mean, look, it's something I would do, except nobody mistakes me for being feminine. I got like a full beard and like the whole bit. So
I think the guy might have too. He just it
would have been funnier if he would have been like, "Excuse me, I identify as a female mother. Like, how dare you?" Like that would have been funnier. Like I would do something like that.
You would,
right? Just like to watch like the discomfort appear on their face.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I can't see giving this guy dingleberries for that.
No, I thought it was funny.
I don't even find it shameless on the Feldman scale. I think it's kind of funny.
Exactly.
This is a far stretch from shirtless air guitar.
Exactly. Exactly. It really is.
By the way, and I'm not making this up, just because I reminded myself. Do you know the name of the tour that Corey Feldman was on, the band that he was playing?
What is this?
It was called Loserville.
Oh my God.
Yes, and the headliner was a band named Limp Bizkit from years and years ago.
Oh my God.
I'm dead serious. And they were literally touring like county fairs.
You know, I love it when people own their shit.
I know. I'm going to get you tickets.
Embrace the fact that you're a loser.
I'm going to get you tickets for this.
You got to get me too, because Josh will fly in for that. Oh yeah, we're gonna film it and post our own TikToks on it too. But yeah, it literally was called the Loserville tour, and it was fitting. You know, because Limp Bizkit was big in like the early '90s, and they had a couple like kind of big, powerful songs, and then and it was rumored that the lead singer Fred Durst had some kind of sex tape with Britney Spears back in the day. There's all sorts of shit, but Fred Durst is like 5'6". I mean, it's just all it's all sorts of weird. And so they embark on this tour probably because they're all broke.
Right.
And who else do you get, right? You get the guy that lives like he's a real rock star, even though he's not.
Exactly.
Right? You get Corey Feldman. Right? So anyway, he
doesn't even have, his guitar. It's an air guitar.
No. Sorry. It's a real guitar. He's just not fucking playing it. That's the whole point. It's music in the background. So he's like moving his fingers and doing the fucking sounds with his mouth. But then, like, real guitarists, like, analyze it and, like, no, those chords don't go that way. Right.
Exactly.
He's just, like, moving his hand and shit.
He still doesn't care. He
doesn't give a
unfazed.
fuck.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all live like
you know what? So that's why he is absolutely living his best life.
He is.
As delusional as it may be.
And
right. That's right.
Give not one fuck.
So, yeah, we're all about Feldman.
Exactly. All right. Next one then.
All right.
Am I the asshole for getting upset with my mother-in-law for calling my son by the wrong name because she likes it? My son is 4 months old. My husband and I absolutely love his name. However, my mother-in-law recently started calling him the girl's version of his name because she likes the name, quote unquote. Mother-in-law does not live near us, so at least it isn't to his face. My husband has told her to not call him that because not only is it not his name, but it's typically a girl's name. We just received Christmas gifts in the mail from my mother-in-law with the girl's name and a smiley face written on the gift. Am I the asshole for being upset about this, or should we just let it go? And then she did edit. My mother-in-law lives across the country. We only see her twice a year. She called my husband a week ago while he was at work, and the topic came up. Since he was at work, he was limited to what he could tell her, but he said that obviously he told her that he's on the same page as me, and we hated that she calls him that. This is relatively a new issue. Also, no contact is not an option because the house we currently rent is theirs. The name is Brooks, so the grandma is calling the baby Brooklyn, and that's what's making them mad. Do you think they're the asshole for asking her to not call him by the name and like being upset about that?
Oh, wait. The kid's name is Brooks?
Brooks. 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 And the grandma keeps calling him Brooklyn. Because she likes that name better.
I mean, is the question, are the parents assholes for wanting their child called by his given name?
Yes. Basically.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know how mad I would get because honestly, I gave.
You can't argue with the grandma.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, I would show my mom great deference if she did shit like that. My ex at the time, the daughter-in-law may not have. Right. So I also think it depends on which side this is coming from and who's going to be a bit more supportive of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would handle it the same way in a sense, but then there's parts of me that would. Like, I'd be like, yo, sweetheart, you're right. God damn, you are right. I'm going to tell my mom, but then I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't, like, bring it up. I wouldn't start a fight. I would just try to be supportive.
No good is going to come out of them arguing.
No, exactly. And she doesn't give a fuck. They've told her already, like, stop calling him.
Yeah, it's not going to stop her.
Exactly.
It's just going to create a war.
And she's just going to keep going and keep doing that. And kids going to, maybe if they wouldn't have gave a fuck that she called him Brooklyn, she would have stopped. But I also feel like it might be them like, don't do that. And she's like, no, I'm going to
I don't want to do it anymore.
There's part of it that's a little bit of fuck you back. I'm the mom or I'm the OG grandma, whatever, and I'll do what I want. Again, it's not out of line for them to kind of be annoyed at that.
Right.
Me personally, I probably wouldn't let it escalate. But honestly, also because I wouldn't care either, especially if they're not like every day. If the grandma were babysitting daily or providing daycare, and kept doing that, and the kid would get confused, it'd be one thing.
Yeah.
The fucking kid's 4 months old. Okay, he's not capable of being on the phone. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand.
The kid looks anytime he hears a sound. That's
the kid wants a nip.
Listen,
the kid wants a titty, a fucking burp, a clean diaper. He wants to sleep.
Exactly.
Right. He wants to waddle around and look at that weird like thing that hangs over the crib.
They can't waddle yet.
Well, you know what I mean. Whatever, crawl, limp, whatever they fucking do at that age.
Also, Brooklyn can be a boy name.
I
wonder why she likes Brooklyn so much.
I know that's a more modern, like one of those modern names, like Mackenzie or whatever, Dakota. I've seen Brooklyn's.
Brooks seems kind of
Brooks almost seems like they're big country Garth Brooks fans, like because I know people that have named people like after their favorite athletes, or like for example, I've seen the name Reagan before, right, Reagan. And now that's not a hipster name. That's that's an homage to a former president.
Yeah.
So anyway, but look, having said all that, I cannot award mom and dad dingleberries for being upset. I think they're entitled. I'm gonna give grandma like 0.75 dingleberries because she clearly knows it and irks them. So she's definitely trying to grind the knife a little bit.
Yeah.
It's probably like an 8 on the Feldman scale. Like I don't think it's terribly shameless to do it. The only shameless part is they've been like, "Yo, Ma, please, could you not call our son Brooklyn? It's Brooks." Sure, Sonny, and then she does it anyway. So it's a little bit. Right, but it's not terribly.
It's not. Yeah, she didn't kill someone. So I think it's fine. Okay. Any comments? Are we move on?
The kid probably will be, horribly traumatized.
Exactly. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for hating my wife's creepy, in quotes, hobby project? Okay.
Creepy.
Yes. Okay, this sounds insane, but I swear my wife is totally normal otherwise. That's how he started it. Okay. Otherwise than this.
By the way, this could be written by any number of people that I know.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Okay. For context, both in their late 30s, and they live a pretty typical suburban neighborhood where everyone knows each other. Okay. My wife has always loved trashy movies and shows about infidelities, and she eats up true crime about spouses killing their cheating partners too. She just says something about it makes her morbidly fascinated in her work.
This is red flag number 1.
I like that shit too. Okay, I get it.
No.
We're good.
This is red flag number 1 for Billy. Do not get caught fucking around.
That's true. Exactly.
Okay? No, that's what I meant. That's not okay.
She said, well, a couple of months back, we had a scandal in our neighborhood where a married couple in the neighborhood divorced because the husband cheated on her. No, there wasn't a murder or anything like that, but she became obsessed with learning every detail from every neighbor. No matter the occasion, be it a baby shower or a cookout, she would bring it up, hoping there would be any new information. A month later is when I stumbled upon the board in her home office. I was doing some cleaning and I found a massive bulletin board facing away, leaned up against the wall. Curiosity got the best of me, and I turned it around to find a literal fucking conspiracy board of all of our neighbors' pictures with lines of yarn connecting.
By the way, sorry, that was douchey as fuck to drop that name. Like, people are supposed to know who that is.
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
And Reddit people, give me a fucking break.
Did I say it right? Pepe Sylvia? I
don't know.
Okay.
Okay. I've seen the yarn like in movies where like people connect
exactly.
Location,
exactly.
I have to look that up.
He said I was totally confused and I asked what this was, and she told me it was a hobby that she started recently where she would track rumors or likely candidates for the cheating on the board. The yarn represents who was possibly cheating with whom. She had clearly gotten all the images off of Facebook or some social media and printed them out and even had a few sticky notes with details. I told her this was creepy and insane, and she said maybe if I was doing it as a man, but she is just having harmless fun as a hobby, and she wouldn't be crazy to try and oust anyone based on rumors. She just feels like it makes her a detective. She told me to view it like a creative art piece. I was still super weirded out about it, but I let it go, or I tried. I thought about it a lot. Well, every now and then I admit to checking the board when cleaning, but just a couple of days ago, I looked to see that now I was on the board with the yarn attached to the neighbor's wife that I'm casual friends with. I asked her why she would add me if she thought I was cheating, and she said that was a different yarn for potential matches for cheating. She said if it makes me feel better, she was planning on adding herself to the board soon as well. Well, I got pissed and I kind of lost my temper about it, and I told her to get rid of the board or our marriage would be in trouble. Things have been super rocky since then. So, is he the asshole?
No. Sorry, no.
Okay.
Oh,
I looked up Pepe. So it was a character, and it's Always Sunny from Philadelphia, who was, I guess, a conspiracy theory nut.
Do we have the meme?
Okay,
I've seen it. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, it's just him pointing at the board. Yeah.
It's like the most hipster thing you can write. Like, hey, Reddit, look, I'm cool. I can quote a character from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of those cult classic TV shows on Bravo or wherever the fuck it was on, and look at me, look, I'm so smart. Listen.
Hey, you're being judgy.
Right.
This is a seriously sick, delusional bitch.
She is. No, this is
That's
weird.
crazy. Like, I love true crime,
But I would never. Exactly.
Oh my god.
This is actually, I don't think this is
Exactly.
obsession. I legitimately believe she's delusional.
Yes.
And she's seeing this.
Yes.
She believes it.
She's making all these conspiracies this
so,
is here. Like,
yeah.
what?
So I honestly, I don't know. Look, clearly they're in a small town.
Right. Yeah.
Right? I don't know if she has no job, no career. This
This bitch would be really bored.
Oh, I'm serious. But
Like, what the fuck?
Boring.
Yeah.
Look, there are times where I'll be bored. I don't do shit. Like,
I don't do that. Exactly.
No. This is not okay. I mean, at any level. And then she puts his picture up like a potential, right?
Right. Potential matches if you ever cheated.
And it's almost like saying, "Yo, Billy, if you are going to cheat, make it with her." What really? And then, and if it makes you feel better, I was going to put myself on there too. No husband wants to hear that. And, my wife may be up on this board also with her potential cheating.
Exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah, exactly. Let me mute it.
Well, I think Pauline's okay.
Oh, damn. Okay. I mute it for no reason. Okay. All right. You could keep, you were talking, right? I was like,
No, that's it. I mean, it's just one of those, this is not even a slightly unhealthy obsession.
yeah.
It may have started out like that, but she's gone down such a severe rabbit hole. And he's right that this will cause nothing but problems later. The other issue here is she's going to need to replace this hobby with something else.
No, he needs to leave her.
Damn.
No, I read the update. He needs to leave this bitch.
Oh.
So he said 2 days later, shit hits the fan. Our happily married next door neighbor finds a woman's bra under the bed that does not belong to her. It doesn't take long for the whole neighborhood to find out. My wife is giddy, jumping up and down for joy. She shows me the board, which she still didn't trash like she promised. And of course, the husband was marked with yarn, meaning that he was likely to cheat. She told me the board was accurate after all, and maybe she should just keep her hobby around. I was definitely suspicious, so I looked at the board again later. It looked different from the last time I had saw it and before the latest scandal. Instead of the yarn connecting to another neighbor, the cheating husband's yarn connected to a post-it with a question mark. Firstly, it was the only question mark there, and I swore it was not there last time I saw the board. So either she changed it after the cheating to prove a point or slightly before it happened, which made me even more suspicious either way. Now I felt like I was a detective and I was going fucking crazy. I went over to the cheating husband to ask a few questions, and the wife was staying at her parents', so it was just the two of us. I asked him if he actually did it, and he said no, that he would never cheat. I asked if my wife had been over recently. He said one day while I was at work, his wife had asked her to water a plant so they had while they were both away, and told her where the key was. So yes, I immediately raised an eyebrow and I asked if he still had the bra, and he was getting nervous and told me not to get the wrong idea. I said, don't worry. He still had the bra, and I looked at it. It was my wife's, but one I knew she almost never wore because it was from a lingerie set that I had bought her one Christmas, and she said it wasn't comfortable.
Oh.
I told my neighbor I needed to talk to my wife and ran out, but I told him not to worry. I approached her with the bra and asked her what was going on. She played stupid, but I told her to cut the bullshit. I asked her if she had either cheated on me with him or planted it there, but either way, she was in trouble. She confessed to planting the bra and said it was to make me admit to her that my hobby was valid or something. I flipped on her.
God.
I said this was worse than her cheating on me because instead of ruining just our marriage, she went and ruined our neighbors and ours now. I demanded she call the wife and admit to everything, even sending pictures of the board. I even showed the Reddit post, which actually helped convince my wife that he had planted it there rather than she did with her husband. Well, they made up, but now I have no idea what to do. This bitch is insane.
No, this is a whole different level.
Way nuttier than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is,
It's like you're all seeing like the horror movies or the shows like where they the person seems normal and then they see them with the conspiracy board and they're obsessed and oh my god.
Yep.
This is
next
level.
She needs help. She needs help, and I hope he leaves. Like that's the only thing I can say. This is insane. Like this bitch is insane. She's not okay at all.
She planted her bra.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She could not have been normal up until this point. Like there must have been signs.
There must have been signs.
You've seen like those
there must have been
true crime
signs.
there must have been signs.
There had to be. I feel like there had to be. This is insane. What are you doing in the situation? Fuck that, am I the asshole? What is Eric doing?
Well, if I found that my wife somehow meddled in another couple's marriage and almost blew up a family, to me that would be close to unforgivable. And even if this was something where she just couldn't stop herself, or there's definitely an underlying illness of some kind. Really, I mean, how do you get to that point?
Exactly.
She may not see it in herself. She may think she's doing God's work or whatever, but like exposing people. But then it's almost like when a cop plants drugs.
Yeah, it literally is.
The driver looks suspect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of like along those lines where even if your gut tells you there's something happening,
exactly,
you can't just make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I wouldn't understand this either.
Let me tell you,
exactly.
You know what this is almost like? This is almost like if you had a cringy sister-in-law insert herself into your marriage with your wife or sister and cause rifts, right? And then basically act like you were just trying to help.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Almost like that, except this is so much worse. So much worse. I have no more words. I mean,
it gets worse, but do you want to hear it?
No, I don't want to hear anymore. Crazy Lucinda.
Is that all the same story?
Yeah, it's the same story, but I've been reading. No, there's like an extra part in here that makes it even worse, but I don't know if you want to hear it.
May as well at this point.
Okay, she faked a pregnancy
after.
Yeah,
oh
and when he called the clinic, they were like, no, she's never even been here for an appointment. There was no pregnancy. She told him she had a miscarriage and that it was all fake too.
Oh, she is next level psycho.
And then said she had cheated on him and was pregnant, but she had made it up in her head.
She's legitimately delusional inside.
No, yeah, he needs to leave her. I hope he does, though.
No, he doesn't.
He put her in a facility.
She gotta kill him.
No. Listen. That's right. No, I'm serious now. I was all about that until this last update. That tells me that she has legitimate mental health issues.
Yeah.
She's in crisis. He can't leave her.
Yeah.
Get her help.
He did. She's in a facility as we speak.
Right, because the woman he fell in love with may still be in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I was leaning towards the idea that she's definitely got a sickness of some kind. There was a movie a long time ago. You may be too young for it. It was called The Beautiful Mind. And it starred Russell Crowe before he got all fat and stuff. Okay. And it was basically based on a true story about I think it was a physicist or a physics professor, like a super intellectual guy who, this was before there's easy diagnoses. He either was schizophrenic or something. He believed that he was on a mission to crack Nazi codes, and he was working for the government. He went and he was talking to people that weren't there. But the guy was a Nobel Prize winner.
Yeah.
And he was a fucking genius.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So and they say, by the way, and HR could probably tell you more about this because she studied it all. No, I'm serious. But they say that there's a very, very fine line between insanity and genius.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
I actually do believe that.
Me too.
So maybe there's something there. Maybe she's meant to do investigative work. I don't know. I mean, or maybe she's got such a high intellect. She's so bored.
Exactly. She needs something. Herself. Yeah. Because there's a little bit of me in that too. I get very bored and I find ways to find things that I need to do. That's how you found the
Honestly,
Nextdoor app, you know, and all.
Nextdoor, and I get banned off of that, or Facebook, or my little fucking
Exactly.
Listen, HR will tell you, you know, and it drove my ex crazy, but I can't watch a TV show and not fiddle. I'm serious.
Me neither. I can't sit there and watch. I'm on my phone. I'm moving this. I'm moving that.
So I need.
I get it. Yeah.
Right?
Same.
I
yeah.
But
I have ADHD,
no,
so that's my thing.
I think we're reaching the conclusion that I may very well have it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe more severe than others. But having said all that, this is very, very serious.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't. Look, she's still gonna get 10 double Lizzo ass dingleberries for doing that.
Exactly.
Right, and I'm still giving her a solid 0 on the felt. No, I'm gonna give her a 1.
I'm gonna give her a 1.
She may be incapable of controlling herself at this point.
Yeah. It'll be a 1 then, yeah.
Damn. Oh
Damn. I know. I didn't realize it was going to take us down this whole rabbit hole.
Crazy.
Any more comments, Jen?
Yeah, I think in her mind, she thought she was doing something good and purposeful. And
it's not.
Was
totally
I know. Unaware
of what she actually did.
It.
Exactly. All right, then. Next one. Title is, am I the asshole for telling my brother he and his wife's costumes were tasteless? This is from Halloween. My brother, 26 male, is super into true crime. His wife, 24 female, humors him. This Halloween, although they couldn't host a proper party, they dressed up as Charles Manson and Sharon Tate.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
I told him ahead of time that it would be tasteless, and he said that they're just costumes, quote unquote. I ignored all his posts during Halloween, and I can't explain why, but it really, really bothered me. Like probably more than it probably should have. I just don't think Sharon Tate should be remembered for the way that she died. Anyways, his wife is pregnant, which is part of the reason why they did this costume in the first place. She's also a blonde, and he posted a photo of her with the nosebleed and said, channeling Sharon Tate energy. And I commented on the post that he should really back the fuck off of Sharon Tate at this point. He replied saying that I wasn't any fun and told me to delete my comment. He says it's disgusting that I tried to humiliate him over someone who's dead and I don't even know. He says he can see where it's offensive, but Sharon Tate wouldn't ever see it, and I should stop making it such a big deal, even if I think it's wrong. And he says my comment was inappropriate. Am I the asshole for this?
I like funny, but there's a fine line, and I think that definitely crosses.
Yes,
that was a horrible, horrible murder.
Exactly.
And Sharon Tate was. I mean, I don't know if our audience all knows about the Manson murder.
Right. Yeah, I think everyone should. Yeah.
Pregnant, and they butchered her.
Exactly.
You can't make fun of that.
And then for her to be pregnant herself and being like, "Yeah, I'm going to be Sharon Tate," and he was going to be Charles. It's so weird. That's so weird. And I'm a Halloween lover. Yeah. I can't go for this. So
no, it's I know people, including myself, that have sort of darker sense of humor, but I can't.
I have dark sense of humor too. Yeah. This isn't it for me though. Yeah.
And again, I could almost see like where the idea is like, wouldn't it be fun? But then it's like you stop me like when you hear it out loud. Like,
exactly.
I'm gonna reconsider that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Her being pregnant makes it sound much worse, but honestly, it doesn't matter.
It does. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Again, you say to yourself, the fact that she's pregnant makes it even worse. Not really.
I don't understand how you'd be pregnant and make fun of something like that.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying it was worse anyway.
Exactly.
I don't think it could get worse.
No.
It's like one of the it's such a terrible tragedy that you're essentially dressing up as.
Joking, making light of,
and
like
right.
making fun of. Yeah.
And that's what, and by the way, that's what people don't understand. When it's a Halloween event, people that dress up as celebrities, or whatever, they're not doing it to really look like, or
no,
they're making fun.
Exactly.
Show, like one year, I'm not joking. Okay, don't judge. One year, I went as Fred Flintstone because I have that look. Like often people would say, you remind me of Fred Flintstone. So okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of making fun of myself and making light of the thing, but like I'm not going to go like, hey, I'm the Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think when cutting a baby out of a pregnant woman's stomach is
exactly.
Might be funny. That's like you don't even see that on Game of Thrones.
No,
I mean,
no.
So
people don't joke a lot about that because it was such a serious
we can't
thing. Exactly.
It's not something. That's we can't joke about that.
Brother gets assholes. She does not.
Yeah,
so
I'm with you on that.
All right, next one then.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for continuing to wear makeup and dress in my normal style around a friend who thinks her husband has a crush on me? Okay. My 29 female friend, 31 female, has told me that her husband, 35 male, has a crush on me and has recently told her that he fantasizes over me. This already makes me feel very awkward, but now she has asked if I could stop wearing makeup and wear baggy clothes anytime I'm around him. We went out for dinner last night at a reasonably expensive restaurant with a few others. It was 7 of them in total. And she texted me when I got home saying that she was angry at me for looking hot after she asked me not to wear makeup. She's my friend and I want to do the right thing, but there's nothing I could wear that's baggy that would have suited the restaurant we were in. It was a Michelin star restaurant. My style is very conservative as it is, and I was wearing a very average dress with heels. I've written out several responses ranging from an apology to being quite rude, but I wanted to do a sense check my thoughts here before I go back to her. I don't want to make her life difficult for her, but what she's asking feels unreasonable. Am I the asshole?
That does seem kind of unreasonable.
I think the woman's insecure.
She's obviously very, very, very insecure. Now, so he admitted to her.
He fantasizes over her friend.
Over the friend.
Yeah, and her response
what idiot
instead
does that?
And the dumb bitch too. It's like, how are you mad at her? How is it her fault? This is your man. That's the issue.
I mean, I think a lot of women do that. You just can't admit that your boyfriend is a perv.
Exactly.
So you blame the woman for seducing him. Like, she should not have to wear like a muumuu because her friend is insecure.
Exactly. It's not her fault. Her man had wandering eyes, and you can't do anything about that.
I have a slightly different perspective.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not this is not shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. If the husband said that to the wife in a certain way that was meant to be taken lightly, then I see where maybe this is an overreaction, especially if they've been married long enough.
Right.
Because it really was like, yo, Lucinda, that friend of yours, Betty, God damn, she can look good. I mean, I'm just saying, if we weren't married, I'd hit that. Okay, it could be like that, or it could be like, Lucinda, look, you just have to understand that when your friend is around, something about her drives me crazy. I
don't know what kind of idiot man would confess that.
No, but my point is, I could see it where it was, if it was done more in jest, right? Like, okay. But if it was like where he was having like a real, like if this came out like in couples therapy, right, or something.
So that matter. Yeah, you're right. That matters. So that's how he said it.
Context matters a little bit in this.
Yeah.
Whatever this lady wears or doesn't wear is really not the issue. Her style was her style before this came out.
Exactly.
And you can't, And by the way,
if she suddenly started wearing an evening gown, that would be weird.
Exactly.
She's just dressing as normal.
Exactly. Right. She said she's conservative as it is. So
okay, we don't know what that means, but that's not the point.
Right?
If she did nothing different, she just maintained the status quo. Then she has nothing to concern herself with. Now, to answer the second part, like what would Eric do, like or something like that? Not that this would happen to me, but I would probably not respond rudely. Right? I would probably say, look, I really understand, and I definitely think that you and Billy need to talk this out. I am not going out of my way to try to look any different, right? But I'm not going to dress down, especially because, and honestly, in this case, I'd be like, look, I didn't want to look out of place. Right. This restaurant is a Michelin star. It's not, Shake Shack. Yeah. I can't just walk in with fucking sweats and tennis shoes.
Exactly. In a hoodie, it's not. Exactly.
I do my makeup the same as I always do it.
Exactly.
I would even maybe do it one step further and be like, you know what? I'm sorry. You're right. I don't even think about your husband like that. It didn't even dawn on me. Because I don't share that.
Exactly.
Maybe reassure her a little bit.
I don't want him at the end of the day. Look, so you have no worry. Exactly.
Which is probably going to make this woman feel even worse.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
To be honest.
Maybe. I'm just saying, at some point. But I think wife Lucinda is way out of line. Yeah. As far as basically pushing her will to try to make her friend less attractive to her married husband. I don't know. The whole thing just sounds very Twin Peaks, soap opera-ish. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to give insecure wife Lucinda 2.25 dingleberries.
I'm going for 2.5.
Okay, and the only reason I'm not going any higher is I do legitimately think this upsets her. Yeah, she's probably really distraught. She probably doesn't know how to handle it.
It's not an asshole kind of thing. It's a
it's a reaction.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
And it's a
but
reaction.
I feel like the asshole part comes in, and maybe it's not on purpose, but it's how you made your friend feel too.
That's
yeah.
why, So it's a response to what you wore later.
Exactly.
Yeah. Feldman scale though, I'm going to give insecure wife Lucinda.
I'm going with 3.
I was going to say a 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Very close. I mean, it's a little shameless to text your friend like, "Hey, I asked you not to fucking make yourself up."
Exactly.
And by the way, I'm guessing the friend is single, right?
I think so. It sounds like it. Yeah.
And so, why wouldn't she want to look her best?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
That
Anyway,
too. Exactly.
Right. I don't think she's dressing up for insecure Lucinda's husband's.
Definitely not.
To benefit.
Definitely not.
She only wants to look nice on herself.
Yeah. I feel that too.
So for all those reasons. Okay.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like society as a whole tends to blame women.
Yes.
For men's issues.
Yes. Exactly. Okay. Yes. So, all right then. Next one. Am I the asshole for telling my son to stop treating his fiance like a child? My son, 26 male, recently got engaged to his fiancée, 23 female, and my husband and I flew to where they live for an engagement celebration that his fiancé's parents were hosting. We were there for a week and stayed at my son's apartment in his guest room. Throughout the week, I noticed that he practically babies his fiancée and treats her like a child. He brushes her hair every night, which just is simply excessive to me. One night, I got up late at night and went to grab something from the kitchen, and I knocked on their bedroom door to ask. When I went in, she was sitting on his lap eating ice cream while they were watching a movie. On our last night there, my son was cooking dinner for everyone while his fiancée sat on the countertop chatting with him the entire time. It comes off as something you would expect a father/young daughter relationship to look like. Before we left, I spoke to my son about this and told him to stop babying his fiancée. He didn't respond and changed the topic of the conversation and has been distanced ever since. I don't know what I should do. Was I the asshole for this?
Yes.
Yes.
I hate to tell you this, Mom. This is probably a kink thing.
The hair shit is, I didn't see it as that big of a thing.
Neither did I.
I didn't feel like this was really bathing. I just felt like this is like their thing. Yeah.
Kind of adorable.
Yeah. Me too. Okay. You went way off.
That's what it sounded like to me.
I mean, maybe, look, when she's like sitting on the counter while he's cooking and they're just chatting and doing
that's fine.
Yeah. But she's sitting on his lap. I mean,
couples do that.
Yeah. Right? She's 23, 26.
They're in
the cuddle zone.
Yeah.
Cutesy
exactly. Yeah. That's what it gave to me too. And it gave the mom was jealous.
Well, that's where the issue is.
Yeah.
Okay. Mom has the problem.
Yes.
Mom has the kink.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, and I've seen situations where moms are overprotective of their sons and they will find something to criticize. This sounds like she's stretching what she's seeing into something that is improper.
Because listen to what she just said. He makes over $20K a year and is also studying at a top 10 business school in the country. She doesn't even come close to that objectively. She's living in his apartment and he's covering all of their expenses. She's leeching. Next thing you know, she's pregnant and he's tied to her for 18 years. She hates this woman. This is what it is. I didn't read that before that. Exactly. And someone told her she sounded jealous. And she said, jealous of her? From what I see, she doesn't bring much to the table and is leeching off on my son financially and otherwise. There's nothing to be jealous of here.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
An overprotective mom. And by the way, she may not be wrong.
There could be something there.
Right.
Moms do pick up on things.
Right. And moms have that sixth sense. Like
either that or she's in love with him, too.
I don't know if it's that, but it could be the overprotectiveness.
Yeah.
The idea.
It is quite possible the woman is a leech.
Yeah, and I will tell you, because my parents, when I got older, it didn't start out this way. When I got older, my parents started making real money, and they were doing well. And I know that was always kind of a concern in the beginning too. Like, is this woman really into my son, or does she see this as a gravy train? So I think that's not an abnormal reaction for certain parents. Right? Maybe those parents have to themselves have a little bit of that weirdness to them. But whatever. I don't see this as inappropriate behavior on the son's part. Again, the mom might be right. There might be something to it. But turning her concerns over financial instability on her part to, she's a child and you're treating her like a child and you need to stop babying her, I don't think are directly related. I mean, they're intertwined, but it's not really the issue.
Yeah, I don't think, yeah, that's what I think too. So.
Yeah, I'm going to give mom... I'm going to give her 1.75 dingleberries. I'm
going to give her 3. I do think this is a mama's boy who's very upset that her little boy has a girlfriend now and is engaged. So that's what I think. So I'm going to give her a 3 on that.
Yeah, but if she isn't contributing anything,
we don't know that though. We just don't know that. That's just the mom's perspective. That's how I took it as too. So
now, I will say, I'm only going to give the mom a 7 on the Feldman scale.
Really?
I'll tell you why. If she went to little Lucinda and said it directly, that would be a whole new level. She basically went to her son.
Yeah.
And posting on Reddit. That's what. Otherwise, it would have been 9.
Yeah.
Then she posted on Reddit. I gave her 2 more.
I'm gonna give her a 5. Also, just for wanting to go into the room in the middle of the night and stuff. I also felt like that was a little weird. So I'm gonna give her a 5 on the Feldman scale.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I fair enough.
Okay. Next one then.
Yes.
Okay. Title of this one is, Am I the asshole for yelling at my fiance to stop talking so much? I'm male 24 and my fiance is female 25. We've been together since we were 16 and 17 and everything was perfect. Recently, however, she's taken the habit of literally nonstop talking. 24/7, just talking and talking and talking. And I never said anything in the beginning. At first, I used to actually listen and talk about whatever she was talking about with her, but after a few months, I just started ignoring her, but she never took that hint. I'm an introvert, and sometimes I just want to sit in silence and peace and not have to listen to a literal radio every single hour I'm with her. So today, I snapped. I didn't even realize what I'd done till it was already done. I yelled at her to please stop talking so much and to close her mouth for just a minute so I could have some peace. She looked shocked and just stared back at me and called me a jerk and a terrible person. She made me leave the house and won't answer any of my calls or my texts. I know it was a bit harsh, but I think she overreacted. She must have known on some level that she was being super annoying to me. Am I the asshole here? Yes. Oh my God. This guy is such an asshole. Yeah. Oh my God. I feel bad for this poor girl. She's just a yapper at heart. And there's nothing wrong with being a yapper. And he's an asshole.
Working a very strong reaction.
Yes, because I'm a yapper. Because I will talk people's ear off. So I feel like this was so mean.
So Eric and I we were watching a show where a character blew up at another character for like, hey, I think there are probably other things about her that bug him, and he's let it build up to the point where he just snapped.
It might really just be her talking, though.
I really think this is about more than talking. I do. There's got to be other issues between them.
I don't know. I feel like this really is just about her talking, because maybe she's just a yapper.
Some people need a certain level of like quiet and solitude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It has nothing to do with her.
Yeah,
it's just the way he's wired.
That. So he can't be with someone like that. That's what I feel like.
You know what this is almost like?
What is it almost like?
You really have to guess. You want to say it?
No, you go ahead. Okay. You take it.
It would almost be like you have a cringy sister-in-law that decides to move into your house with her child and is loud as fuck and comes in at all hours and clangs her fucking wine bottles around and eats your leftovers and does all kinds of shit like that in the loudest way possible when all you want to do is chill in your garage and watch your show or whatever. It's almost like that. Not quite.
Almost like that.
Almost. Very close.
Almost.
Look, I have, and I'm being serious now for a second. Okay. Well, your hurricane, that was deaf.
Okay.
Let me get serious for a second.
Okay.
I have a little bit of an oversensitivity to loud, piercing sounds.
Right.
When I hear a siren or an ambulance, it honestly like drills in me. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Usually it's only for a very short burst of time, so it passes, but that's true. Other little sounds, like they eat at me.
Yeah.
No particular reason. It just like, so for example, and by the way, don't start doing this because I'm about to admit it. When I hear like plastic bags rumbling, crumbling, or like wrappers, it drives me crazy.
Oh no, it is the same to me too. Yeah.
Crazy. Paper bags, whatever.
Really? Because you're like the worst.
I know. I understand.
Okay.
I'm just saying that kind of like that sound drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Sirens, ambulances, alarms.
Yeah. Any scratching drives me crazy. Or like
I'm not the nails on the chalkboard doesn't kill me the same.
Really? Oh my God, that's I think my worst. I can't.
But I'm telling you that. But the whole okay, so I understand a little. Right?
But all she was doing was talking.
Well, okay, but all right, look. There is a waitress at the place we go for our Sunday brunches.
Okay.
Who I've affectionately named Ling Ling.
Oh gosh.
But her voice legitimately sounds like she's an anime character, like the way she talks. We have a client like that too.
I was going to say, but I was like, I don't know if you're going to talk about
the fucking Disney.
Yes.
That also, so I get it, where like certain voices can like really, And I'm just going to say this. Hopefully, nobody knows that listens or whatever. When I had the absolute privilege of arguing a case in front of the California State Supreme Court, my opposing counsel had the bitchiest sounding voice. She was so fucking cringy. And by the way,
she did though.
I believe the fucking 9-panel justices looked down and like.
But that bitch was yelling though. She was yelling, and she had an attitude.
But I'm saying you could see the looks on their faces, like, "Oh my god, please stop talking." Like, are you done? Let me. A couple of times they cut her off.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
All right, okay. Now, again, I understand that not everybody can help it.
Yeah.
Right, and part of it is probably the profession she's in. She was more of like an appellate specialist.
Yeah.
And she's designed to argue, and it's not the same like where I'm more of a trial court level attorney. I don't, practice like high level appeals. And I was really privileged and lucky to have a case that went up that high. And one day when we do like our famous case episode, but honestly, I didn't want to. Like, I was really hoping not to. Like, I didn't, but nonetheless, getting back to so I know people like that, and I understand how the reactions can be, and sometimes just someone's voice. Yeah. But this also feels like a bit of overkill. Yeah. It's a little over the top. So I don't know that I'm gonna. It's hard for me to award dingleberries for that because
I am because I'm a yapper, and I feel bad for her because anyone who actually knows me and I get along with them, I yap, I talk, I won't shut up. I've always been like that as a kid. Though
this person is like.
That's true. That's true. But. Justice for the yappers. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Like, I was the kid that on every report card said talk too much on there for every class. So I get her. I get it. I was the child that they would move around, and I would make even the silent kids talk.
My son almost got actually dragged by a teacher out of a library for talking too much.
That's, exactly. They would sit me with every person in class.
I have 2 ADHD kids, and they were talkers.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to give him 3, but I get it. Maybe she was talking too much. Maybe it got too much for him. At the end of the day, this is his fiance, and you yelled at her because she talked too much. This was something that he could have communicated better. If you are engaged already, you don't just yell at someone because they did something you got mad at. So I think I'm giving him the 3 just for his reaction to his fiance. This could have been said different. And I feel like now you hurt her feelings. And as someone who's always been told I talk too much, it hurts people's feelings when you say that because we can't control it. So I feel like for that, he gets a 3 for me.
I think he just snapped. I think if he were constantly berating her, making her feel bad, I think it'd be more worthy of that. Yeah. I just think he just lost it. And you know what? He may not mind most of the time, but I can only say for me, if I've got a lot on my mind, a lot going on, and people approach me, I get very frazzled. I don't mean to.
Right.
And I really don't want anybody to take that personally, but it just happens sometimes again, because whenever there's a lot going on. So it feels like maybe there's more to his reaction.
But this sentence alone lets me know I feel like there isn't. She must have known on some level that she was being super annoying.
I think he was sending out certain hints.
Maybe,
that she didn't pick up on.
Yeah.
Actually, that usually women do that. Women think that men can read our minds.
I'm gonna let you all in on a tell right now.
They give hints.
I'm gonna out myself. So if I'm doing something or I'm concentrating, I almost 99.9% of the time I leave my office door open. I have an open door policy. The only times I usually close my office doors is when I'm meeting with a client or if I'm a Zoom call support. But every now and then, if there's nothing else going on, but I'm just trying to concentrate, I will just get up and close the door if there's office noise. And that's just my little, now, do I could go out and say, guys, shut the fuck up.
But we take it as that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
But I'm being serious. One day I could see myself where, if there's so much stress and so much going on, I'm just trying to, nothing drives me crazier. And I do this to myself. I'm trying to get through, a lengthy email, and, I keep getting interrupted. And I stop, and then where do I leave off? And my train of thought. And so I have to be better about closing my door when I need to do certain projects. The problem for me, honestly, is usually, unless it's a big, massive thing, it's a 10, 20-minute thing. I'm too lazy to keep getting up
and closing it.
Just fuck it. But anyway, so I see both sides. Again, I don't. No, I'm going to stick with my original thoughts.
Okay, I'm going 3, but that's it.
I think he needs to take some personal responsibility. It's just him, how he's wired, that he doesn't, the noise.
Exactly. He doesn't like the talk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I agree. All right, next one.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to see which one I want to read.
Because we have time for like one more.
Okay.
We'll do this one more.
Okay. Am I the asshole for agreeing to wear my mother-in-law's wedding dress for my wedding? Okay. So I, 26 female, am getting married in 3 months to my fiance, 34 male. It's going to be a small ceremony at my grandparents' house. I know it's kind of late to be talking about dresses, but I originally was planning to wear my stepmom's wedding dress. It's a beautiful dress that I love, and it means a lot to me because she's the one who raised me and loved me when my bio mom didn't want me. But here's the thing. While planning the wedding, I got pregnant. I'm 3 months along now, so I'll be 6 months pregnant at the wedding. The dress from my stepmom's is tight-fitting, and there's no way it's going to fit a 6-month baby bump. I was devastated, not because I'd have to buy a new dress, but because I really wanted that special mother-daughter bond on my wedding day. Last weekend, I was venting to my mother-in-law about it, and I broke down crying. She then said she'd be honored if I wore her wedding dress. She showed it to me, and it's a stunning vintage dress from the 70s with a boho/hippie vibe. Gorgeous embroidery, and funnily enough, she was pregnant and she wore it too. She made me feel so loved and welcome, so I accepted. The issue is my mother-in-law has a daughter, my sister-in-law, and when she found out I got the dress, she was furious. She actually came over to the house trying to take that dress back, and even said that I was living in sin for getting pregnant before marriage. My fiance kicked her out and told me not to worry about it because my sister-in-law always thought the dress was ugly and voiced many times that she never wanted that hideous thing. Still, she and my father-in-law have still been harassing me on social media and through messages. Even though my fiance and my mother-in-law don't care what my sister-in-law thinks, I just kind of feel like a jerk because if my mom did something like this, I'd probably feel a bit hurt too. So am I the asshole?
Oh, God. No, you're definitely not the asshole. Oh, it's just tragic.
Not the asshole from me either. I feel like the sister-in-law just wants it because you have it.
Yeah, it's just pure jealousy. Mm-hmm. Pure jealousy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's my mom, not yours.
Right, and you know what? I hate to say this, it's almost understandable jealousy.
I get it. I do.
I don't think it's rational.
Yeah.
But it's understandable because kids don't like anybody taking their parents away, or and like the in-law thing now becoming closer. And
right.
I get a lot of that. I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably not going to be a popular opinion, but if it were possible, what I would do is I would ask my stepmother about the dress I was going to wear, but won't be able to see if it can be altered.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Better. That's what I would do.
Me too.
Right. And that it's a little too late for that because this all started in the drama. And now this is the part where I'm being real because I don't agree with how this went down.
Right.
I certainly don't think it's her fault.
No.
If anything, it's mother-in-law's fault for doing this.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the future daughter-in-law or a future son-in-law, and my future mother-in-law did something so incredibly giving to me, of course you're going to feel not only obligated, but yes, you're going to feel very accepted.
I think she just wasn't thinking.
No,
she was trying to bond with her. She's pregnant. I was pregnant. It seemed like a logical choice, but she wasn't taking
100%.
Into account that
something my mother would do.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Just like, you have a legal problem in Illinois? My son has
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
The father getting involved, or the father-in-law, that's going to hit the Feldman scale pretty hard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dads should not get involved in these types of issues.
No.
Dads and father-in-laws.
He should have minded his business. I know.
Self-preservation there.
Yes.
Yeah, like why did he get involved in this?
Silly man.
You're showing your son you're picking sides. I mean, there's all sorts of problems.
Exactly.
With father-in-law getting involved. Before we get to that, though, just for this, I'm going to give whore bride Lucinda.
Did you really just say that?
Well, she is knocked up. What? I'm just saying.
My God.
Anyway, so a long story. So father-in-law should have stayed out of it.
Yes. Yes.
And again, it's going to be taken like he's picking sides by his son.
Exactly.
Right? Which is also why I think that was really a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Now, he may be getting pressure from his daughter.
It's like, tell her
like, Daddy, please, right? Exactly. And so he's also in a bit of a no-win.
Yeah.
Which is why he should have stayed the fuck out of it to begin with.
He shouldn't have mentioned it. That's the thing.
So, yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with I'm just like half a dingleberry, and I'll tell you why. even though in the moment, it's a very emotional, loving, bonding thing. It would have been smart if she would have been like, but what about your daughter, Lucinda, right? Isn't it for, like, at least bring it up. So at the worst case, you can tell people later, I asked, I said, no, say it. And she was like, no, she doesn't want it. She doesn't like it. Right. Other than that, she did nothing wrong. You know, and even that's not wrong. It's just not what you think of it during this very emotional, like loving moment.
About the dress, I'm sure. So
no,
like,
not just that, but this, as I see this as, this was like almost like not even, I don't want to say an olive branch, but this was like real acceptance into the family.
Yes.
Wear my gown.
Yes.
I was just like you, whatever.
Yes, exactly.
I could see her making the assumption that the daughter didn't want it.
Right. And that's why I'm saying.
She said, like, that thing's hideous. That thing's
the mom said it was okay.
But that's the only reason why I'm even giving her a half is maybe, even if it was the next day, like, yo, mother-in-law Lucinda, I appreciate the offer. I really do. And I love it. Are you sure this is going to settle okay with your kid? Like, I would have maybe thought about that.
She was probably also afraid of saying no to the mom. That would hurt her feelings.
But that's why I wouldn't say no. I would ask, are you sure this is okay? Like, I would let her have a day to kind of get over the euphoria of that bonding moment. But again, it's hard for me it's easy to say it now. If I'm in the middle of that, right, I don't know that I could have the wherewithal or the sense of presence.
Me personally, though, I feel like what I would do here, I would, you're going to be like, of course, right? Fine. She wants the fucking dress. Fine. Take the dress. Keep the dress. My thing, though, I'm going to sit there. I'm going to be like, all right, you want to wear the dress so bad? You wear it then. But there's going to be a contract or something. Have her sign. I won't wear it, but you have to wear it on your wedding day. Like, I don't care. You have to wear it on your wedding day. Because it's like, sure, you want to say all of this. And if it actually is like, okay, you want this dress, you want to wear it on yours, fine. But you better wear it. Because if not, you're just being jealous and you want to take it away from me.
That's not unfair. I don't know that I would phrase it quite like that.
Right.
But that's honestly like.
I don't think the daughter does want to wear it.
No, you're right. And I think this is a good way to out the daughter and her net.
Yeah, but that's
we drop again.
The daughter's on her second marriage already. She's been married twice.
That didn't tell. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes it worse. This was just jealousy.
Yes, this is just jealousy.
Yeah, but she needs to be careful if she confronts her like that.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. Like, I might do this a little bit different. Like, I would have been like, look, I do not want to take this away from you. If this is super important to you,
right, exactly,
then by all means. But please act, because I love this dress, right? I have a dumb question, and then we'll wrap up because I'm hungry. But I have a dumb question, and only women can answer this.
Okay.
Why couldn't she wear the dress and then give it to her for when she gets married again?
That too. Exactly.
I'm serious.
People commented that too.
Bitches get crazy over wedding dresses.
I guess, because like, why wouldn't you just?
It really, like, people get fucking insane over their wedding.
Yeah, I would be like, yo, I'm just gonna borrow it, and then I'll give it right back, and then you can wear it for yours. Like, I would have tried that.
Exactly.
Especially if I didn't have a lot of options at that point, and
I'll wear it, and then for your third marriage, you can wear it.
Yes, you would say that. I know, but I know.
The girl was upset because the mom offered to give it to her.
That was it.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it came down to.
It didn't matter at all. Yeah. Exactly.
You're right, because I know, like, for example, I've done things kind of like that where I'll get caught up in a moment. I'll give something to somebody that maybe like Matthew might have wanted, and I didn't really think about it. Especially if actual daughter was on two marriages already.
Right. You would think like, all right, she didn't want it.
It has nothing to do with logic.
Right.
It's just raw emotion.
Exactly.
Now, so I'm going to stick with the half dingleberry for future pregnant, hoary daughter-in-law.
Okay.
What I will say, though, on the Feldman scale is I'm going to give sister a 1 on the Feldman scale.
Yeah.
I think this was extremely shameless to put her on blast, try to guilt trip the shit out of her. No. And then to show up or to get your fucking father involved, who probably felt like he was in the middle of a rock and a hard place too.
Well, he's divorced with the mom and they don't talk at all too. So he probably felt like, I need to stick up for my daughter.
Yeah. Or maybe he did it just to spite the mom.
That too.
If they don't, they're
that was my second thought about that.
So the whole thing is just sprinkled with, pettiness and sadness.
Very petty family.
Yeah. So for all those reasons, 1 on the Feldman scale, half a dingleberry for whore bride Lucinda. And then what I would do, again, honestly, I would either offer to wear it and give it back to her, or I would see if I could get the other dress altered to fit me.
Same.
And just like put an end to this. And also because the other thing I'd have to think of, if I'm going to be in this family long term, forever, then I'm going to want to have some kind of peaceful coexistence.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they say they don't even talk to the sister-in-law or the father-in-law almost at all. They're low contact. Everyone is low contact with both of them. Everyone else gets along.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. One more? Or are we done?
No, we got to wrap it up. We got to eat lunch. We're going a little bit longer, and I got some stuff I got to finish. And we were trying to get home early today, so.
All right.
So, Hurricane.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate all the support. Remember, you can find us on Instagram at The Bentama Confirm and our podcast Instagram at The Late Podcast. You can visit our Twitter and TikTok at Bentama Confirm. You can visit our website at eblawfirm.us. And you can email us at info@eblawfirm.us. Bye, guys.
Happy New Year.
Peace out.